Okay, I have been reminded that the LA Chargers have pulled off the deal of the offseason. If you're new to the channel, this is all about the LA Chargers. We're Detroit Lions fans, but we're excited to see how the Chargers really turn around the franchise now that they have Jim Harbaugh. So you get an unbiased look into your team on this channel. Plus, we'll look at Malik Neighbors house hunting. You've probably seen that by now. He's house hunting out in LA, loving it. And then at the end, we'll do a little bit of a mock draft simulator just to kind of see where the Chargers are at with the picks that they have, knowing kind of what they need. We've looked at all kinds of different scenarios with trading and stuff like that. But let's see if they stay at 5, take a franchise. I'm giving you a sneak peek. Take a franchise wide receiver and go from there. Okay, here's the deal of the offseason, and this is why I've been reminded of it recently, and that is your new strength and conditioning coach, Ben Herbert, kicked off the offseason programming. And this is the difference, right? This is what, if you're a Chargers fan, yes, you need players, right? You want to hopefully you nail the draft. Hopefully you've put yourself in good flexibility this season by not getting too crazy and you can continue to get good players. But this guy, being a Michigan fan, I can tell you the work that he did at strength and conditioning is incredible. Michigan has been dominant the last 3 years. But if you look at the recruiting classes that led up to that, these are not all-star, 5-star guys. 4 stars a little bit, some 3 stars, but I mean, they have absolutely dominated last year. The year before that, they were in the playoff. The year before that, they were in the playoff. And he's had 22 NFL draft picks. He might have 20 this draft. So that would be, and I think he will. I think 20 Michigan players could get drafted. And so that would be 40 draft picks, including 6 first-round selections. So Ben Herbert has the team back in, and they're doing things a couple days ago. This is on Tuesday. He says to say I was excited for this day would be an understatement. This guy, every team wants to be big, strong, fast, physical, right? So what makes him so special over everybody else in football and every level that's trying to do it? He's got a great ability to get guys what would be callous or hardened, right? So it's not just enough to be strong, but he pushes them in just a perfect way. I saw an interview Jim Harbaugh was talking about how he pushes them just a certain way. You're not wearing them out or just depressing them by just putting them through a gauntlet every day. That's not what it's about. It's pushing them just enough to really form that bond, but then b to callous them up so that when they get into games late in the fourth quarter, they can grind you down. And if you look at Michigan's schedule and the games that they played all season, halftime of every game was Michigan up by 3, Michigan up by a touchdown. But then they would win 40-14, 40-7, 30-7. Every game was a blowout in the second half. So strength and conditioning, we know, is very important in football, and this is crazy. So he said the game of football, building a team, coaching a team is very important to him. He's talking about Jim Harbaugh. If you see it the same way, it's important that you do. And if you're willing to sacrifice and commit, you're going to have a great relationship and a great rapport with the coach. The time we spend together will have value. I'm confident they realize it after day 1. With each passing day, they will reap the rewards of what we do in that training environment. So this guy is going to take this Chargers team that was generally, nobody said, man, the Chargers, man, they're physical. Nobody said that. Nobody said, man, they're a physical, disciplined team that you do not want to play. No, that's not who the Chargers have been. They're a team that's like, man, Chargers are really, they can move the ball. Herbert is solid, man. He's good. He can move the ball. Got to watch out for him. That's kind of the Chargers. Now they're just going to be really physical and fundamentally sound, and it starts with Jim Harbaugh. But Ben Herbert, for him to take him from Michigan is a huge deal, and can't wait to see how this team just looks different from the start. The day Ben Herbert got to Michigan, the team just looked different. They look bigger, faster, stronger. They held right in there with Alabama. They beat Washington like it was nothing. Ohio State, they've been over physical, they've been way dominant and played more physical than Ohio State in the last 3 years. Okay. Next story is how Malik Neighbors, you've probably seen this by now. He's on Instagram Live, just like looking at this beautiful place. You guys just kind of hanging out. and he just kind of says something to somebody like, "Man, it'd be nice to live here. Or I can't wait to, or it'd be nice to walk out of my house." And he's like, with a realtor. He's like, "I'll show you more houses. Don't worry." Okay. Okay. Well, so what the heck? Are you getting drafted at number 5 overall? Like, let's go. So Malik Neighbors, again, if you've seen this story, he's in LA, beautiful spot, love it, looking at the ocean. Like, I get it, man. I absolutely get it. So keep an eye on that. Okay, let's take a look. Mock draft time. Let's go 5. Let's take away. I was screwing around earlier. Okay. Here we go. No trades. We're just going to play this straight up just to kind of see. Now you see that the Chargers have a lot of needs, but they've got premium picks. So let's do this. All right. Kind of how we've all kind of anticipated this going. Caleb Williams, Jane Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison goes 4. Let's just, I mean, come on. Just book it. Book your great receiver. It's done. Love it. Malik Neighbors at 5. Oh man, that's so cool. Okay. Round 2, pick 5. This is where you can go wide receiver again. I don't like doing that. Mike Sanders still. You need some offensive help. You need defensive help. Corner. I'm going to go Kamari Lassiter on this one. I like that. Cornerback. Okay, defensive line. Chris Jenkins. Junior Colson. Love me some Junior Colson. Okay, I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm trying not to let this skew me too much, but you can see there's Michigan players all over the place. Oh, there's Blake Corum. Boy, there's Blake Corum. Should we do it? Oh, I don't think he'll be there at 105. We should. I'm doing it. Harbaugh gets Blake Corum. Even though I don't like doing that, I really don't, because I don't think you reach for a running back. There's running backs. Blake Corum's good, but don't reach for it. I just broke that rule. Eric All, Michigan guy that transferred to Iowa. I'm doing that. Jim Harbaugh knows him. Okay, and then with the final pick, linebacker. See, there's a running back that's good. Tyrone Tracy. He's not as good as Blake Corum, but still, you can get some running backs here at pick 110. Defensive end, another corner, safety. Man, there's Trevor Keegan. I'm gonna go another wide receiver. Okay, so now you can see what this draft looks like. If when you stay at 5, take a really good wide receiver. I took Blake Corum. I hate that I did that, but it's okay. Malik Neighbors, A+, love it. Kamari Lassiter. So you get a cornerback. Look at this. You get wide receiver, corner, running back, all taken care of. Tight end taken care of. You've got a legit Eric All, again, Michigan player. Jim Harbaugh recruited him. He was outstanding. Had something going on with his knee and left, oddly. So I don't really get that one. And then another wide receiver. I mean, this team is going to be just fine. I know that the offseason's been kind of like boring, but I love it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.